Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. If you're new to my channel, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. President Trump just finished his second speech in Iowa, and it was spectacular. Oh man. And I want to thank President Trump for finishing his speech just in time for me to go live here on YouTube. That was so nice of him. Thank you, President Trump. You know, this Obama judge, this corrupt Obama judge in the D.C. deranged Jack Smith case put this gag order on Trump. I'm going to go through an article or two to give us the details of the gag order, but this is insanity what she did. And our great President Trump in this speech in Iowa today, just a little bit ago, just about, I don't know, 35 minutes ago. Well, that says 5:23. It's 5:58 if you're watching live. So, you know, just over 30 minutes ago, 33 minutes ago, President Trump responded to the gag order, and this is absolutely amazing.
A judge gave a gag order today. Did you hear that on speech? Which I believe is totally unconstitutional what she did. A judge gave a gag order. A judge doesn't like me too much. Her whole life is not liking me, but she gave a gag order. You know what a gag order is? You can't speak badly about your opponent. But this is weaponry all being done because Joe Biden is losing the election and losing very, very badly to all of us in the polls. He's losing badly. But what they don't understand is that I am willing to go to jail if that's what it takes for our country to win and become a democracy again. Thank you. Thank you very much. So true.
You know, I mean, the police state is here. This is not a free country any longer. Here we have a federal judge appointed by really the handler of the sitting president, right? Obama. She's probably hoping to get on the United States Supreme Court. There's higher places to go than where she's at right now. And she comes down with this gag order today. And yeah, the gag order came out because President Trump is doing so well in the polls. Does anyone doubt that? If Donald Trump was, you know, there were new polls out today where Trump was ahead of Biden. You know, they've kind of moved on the polls of Trump versus the Republicans. He's over 50 points ahead in Iowa, and it's, you know, now what they're talking about in the news are the Trump versus Biden polls, and he's ahead in all of those two. Okay? And yeah. And that's why this happened. There's no other doubt. There's no doubt in my mind about it. And when he said he's willing to go to jail, this is amazing because he is going to try this judge. He's going to defy the gag order. It's only a matter of when. And maybe he's already done it with this comment. I don't know, but he's going to do it. And what is she going to do? Well, she's a sick woman, okay? She should recuse herself. Remember, she was a partner at the law firm that Hunter Biden worked at. So she was Hunter Biden's boss. And that was the law firm where he had Burisma as a client. And as a partner, that means she shares in the profits. That means she's taking money from Burisma. So let's go through this. This morning, special counsel deranged Jack Smith. Well, let me skip to the next one. Let's go to the next. We've got an update. Let's see. Okay, this is the update. This morning, special counsel deranged Jack Smith in the Biden Department of Justice argued before Trump-hating D.C. Judge Tanya Chutkan. And that's true. Remember, this judge is the judge who gave sentences to J6 prisoners harsher than what the prosecution was asking for, which is something I've never heard of before. They argued before Trump-hating D.C. Judge Tanya Chutkan to gag leading Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump from speaking about the case and issues important to us, the American people, no doubt. They want to silence President Trump. During the hearing, Judge Chutkan expressed that she was upset that Trump called her a Trump-hating judge. Well, she is a Trump-hating judge. Obama appointed Judge Tanya Chutkan previously expressed anger that President Trump was a free man and not behind bars. Remember? She was sentencing one of the J6 guys, and that's when she said she was angry that Trump was a free man. In October 2022, Judge Chutkan slammed President Trump as she berated a J6er during a sentencing hearing. See? It's blind loyalty to one person who, by the way, remains free to this day, Judge Chutkan said, referring to Trump as she blasted a J6er. And that's the official court record of that. She's already made up her mind on January 6th, and yet she's allowed to preside over Trump's January 6th trial, where he's facing 4 federal counts: conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights. Those are the charges. Conspiracy against rights. What is that? That's a little vague. This was nothing less than an attempt to violently overthrow the government, the judge said to a nonviolent woman who pleaded guilty to obstruction. So she's already ruled and shared her opinions on this. She shouldn't even be, because of the Hunter connection, she shouldn't be presiding. Well, first off, this case shouldn't even be a case. All right? I mean, come on. It's insanity. On Monday in her D.C. courtroom, Judge Tanya Chutkan lashed out at Trump attorneys because President Trump correctly pointed out on Truth Social that she is a Trump-hating judge. She didn't like that. No. She didn't like that at all. Judge Tanya Chutkan on Monday imposed a gag order on Trump. Last month, deranged Jack Smith filed a motion to gag Trump. Smith's prosecutors said Trump waged a sustained campaign of prejudicial public statements regarding witnesses, the court, the district, and prosecutors. Judge Tanya Chutkan held a hearing Monday morning today on Jack Smith's proposed gag order and used it as an opportunity to attack Trump. Yes. Oh, this is insane. President Trump will be barred from speaking out against special counsel deranged Jack Smith, court witnesses, and more. Trump's lawyer argued a gag order would stop Trump from campaigning and speaking on important issues. Judge Chutkan laughed at Trump's lawyers before telling them that Trump does not have unfettered First Amendment rights. Oh, really? He doesn't? What does that mean? Chutkan laughed after Trump's lawyer argued that the current conditions are working, saying she disagreed before she went through some of Trump's statements one by one. Chutkan said Trump doesn't have unfettered First Amendment rights and that there's no question that the court is entitled to draw restrictions to ensure the fair administration of justice. Are you kidding me? Hold off on the calls. Just for a few minutes, guys. Hold off on the calls. Let me finish the articles. You keep talking. Oh, my goodness. Whoever's calling's not watching. I'll have to turn it down so we don't hear. Oh, my goodness. All right, hold on. Okay, that'll take care of that. You keep talking about censorship like the defendant has unfettered First Amendment rights. He doesn't, Judge Chutkan said, according to the Associated Press. We're not talking about censorship here. We're talking restrictions to ensure there is a fair administration of justice on the case. Trial date scheduled March 4th. Are you kidding me? We're talking about restrictions to ensure there's a fair administration of justice? Here you got the most successful Republican president in the history of this country since Lincoln, right? You've got a hardcore left-wing activist lunatic Obama-appointed judge. You've got a deranged prosecutor who doesn't even trim his beard properly and looks like a madman, who's being promised God knows what from the Biden regime to do this. We've got this corrupt attorney general who's pissed off because the Republicans wouldn't put his corrupt ass on the Supreme Court when Obama appointed him. The jury pool is made up of D.C. Democrats, and she's talking about a fair trial? First off, how can you have a fair trial of any president of the United States? So what is Judge Chutkan talking about? Trump responds to the gag order. Here we go. And if you missed it in the beginning, let me play this clip again. I started the stream with this, but I want to play it again before I get to his truth. This is just amazing what Trump's talking about here.
A judge gave a gag order today. Did you hear that on speech? Which I believe is totally unconstitutional, what she did. A judge gave a gag order. A judge doesn't like me too much. Her whole life is not liking me. But she gave a gag order. You know what a gag order is? You can't speak badly about your opponent. Mm-hmm. But this is weaponry all being done because Joe Biden is losing the election and losing very, very badly to all of us in the polls. He's losing badly. But what they don't understand is that I am willing to go to jail if that's what it takes for our country to win and become a democracy again. Thank you. Thank you very much. So true.
Wow. He's willing to go to jail for us. Never seen anything like this, guys, and hopefully we'll never see anything like it again. But he is ready to take on this corrupt judge. He goes on. President Trump, Monday afternoon, responded to Judge Tanya Chutkan's gag order. Judge Tanya Chutkan held a hearing Monday morning today on Jack Smith's, excuse me, I misspoke, on deranged Jack Smith's. See, he can't call him deranged Jack Smith anymore, or he's violating the gag order. Proposed gag order and used it as an opportunity to attack Trump. Chutkan laughed at Trump's lawyers and lectured them, and said that Trump does not have unfettered First Amendment rights. And then she goes into this. We're talking about restrictions to ensure there's a fair administration of justice in the case of my kangaroo courtroom. Oh, here he is. Here's a picture of him shaved. Does this guy look? Does he look sane? Does Jack Smith look sane or deranged? That's him with the beard. To me, he looks insane. Always did look insane, with or without the beard. Lawless D.C. Judge Tanya Chutkan, an Obama-appointed judge, hit President Trump with a gag order Monday. This is complete lawlessness and is meant to silence Trump as deranged Jack Smith continues to leak to the press on a daily basis. CNBC says this: a federal judge imposed a partial gag order on former President Donald Trump in his criminal case in D.C. Judge Chutkan barred Trump and other parties in the case from making any public statements targeting deranged Jack Smith and his staff. She also prohibited statements targeting court staff, which means her, right? Calling her a Trump-hating judge, even though she was hating on Trump in the sentencing of a J6er. The ruling by Judge Chutkan granted some of the restrictions sought by Smith, whose office is prosecuting the Trump case. She delivered the ruling at the end of a hearing in which she expressed concerns about the scope of Smith's orders. See, this is what I was telling you guys about on my stream this morning. Deranged Jack Smith goes in with these crazy requests to the extreme. They don't even want this stuff, all of it. They want a gag order. They want him to stop calling them out for what they are: corrupt, liars, deranged, all these things. So when she gives in on some of it, it doesn't look as bad because he was asking for so many extreme things. And I'm here to tell you this. This is, without a doubt, one of the most frightening things I think that any of us in this country have gone through in our lifetimes. The police state is here. And, everything that happens legally and politically in this country is all based on precedent. You think this is going to be the last presidential candidate that's kicking everyone's butt in the polls, that's going to end up in charges in multiple courtrooms and be threatened that if they go out there and campaign and say negative things about their opponents and how they're trying to stop them, that they're going to be threatened with jail? President Trump is ready to go to jail. He is ready to go to jail. I wonder if he is so ready to go to jail that he's like packed to go to jail. Okay, now if you'd like to call in, I wanted to go through that before I took some calls. You're welcome to call in. The number is pinned at the top of the live chat. Obviously, you can only call in if you're watching live. If you're not watching live, you can't call in, but the number's pinned at the top of the chat. Now, President Trump, he gave 2 back-to-back speeches in Iowa today, and it's hard to believe that Ron DeSanctimonious, my governor, is still running. I mean, Trump is 50 points ahead. He was introduced in both speeches by the Attorney General of Iowa, who endorsed him. Okay, she might be the Attorney General of the United States. And I thought these speeches he gave today, this is the first one. The hay behind him is at the first speech. And these are just great speeches. Hello, you're on the air.
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Mike, you cannot be the first caller every time I'm on the air. Okay, I'll let you go this time, but you can't call. You got to wait till other people call in. I know I'm not the only person to tell you things like that.
Yeah, there was a guy that used to hold me. I used to be the first. He used to hold me off and hold me off and hold me off. But anyway, this.
No, I always let you on, but you can't. If you're the first caller on the stream, that doesn't look good. You call back later, okay? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Sean from Massachusetts.
Hey, Sean. What's up, man?
Hey. Yeah, every time Trump gets up there and every time he speaks, I feel better and better all the time.
Hell yeah.
This is the mighty MAGA line is real. And
That's
he's
right.
here.
That's right.
And
right
you know
here.
what? Yeah, you got him. And I think
Never
that
fall.
every time he says, it's like you always say on the show, if he doesn't look worried, then we have to fall in step too. Because this man is going through we're in unprecedented territory.
Yeah.
And you know what? I see this man, the confidence in him and everything that's happening to him. It all has to be for a reason. And I believe that he's going to come out on top. I really believe that. And I believe that his resolve is stronger than any we've ever seen. I don't think that any person running has gone through even a quarter of what he's been able to take. And I believe that he's going to get this. And I think that obviously what this corrupt judge is doing, these are all for position, for power, for money, for influence. I do believe that too. Jack Smith, I think he's trying to get a bone out of this too.
Jack Smith probably wants to be the Attorney General, and Judge Chutkan probably wants to be on the Supreme Court.
Yes. And I think that this is what they're doing. This is it and he said in his speech, as he said earlier, he said, if I wasn't on the top of the polls, if I wasn't running, if I was way below or I wasn't doing anything, nothing would have happened. Why didn't they do this to me like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? Well, he's completely right about that. We know what this is. This is where they're gone. This is their desperation. They don't have COVID to use now.
So what's going to happen if he comes out and says things violating the gag order? Do you think the judge will move in and she didn't say what she would do, but do you think she'll fine him or try to arrest him and put him in jail for contempt? What do you think she'll do?
Well, they are going full charge. We never thought that his house was going to get raided like that.
That's insane.
I think that they'll do this. But you know what? It was amazing to see him up there saying, "I'm going to do this, and no matter what." Just him putting him in jail. That's it. That's it. I think everyone's going to finally see it. I think he's banking on that because that will be right. What will happen when he got the mugshot and he got a lot of the African American vote? I think this could actually triple in scope. For a lot of people, not just one demographic. And I think that when you see something like this happening, that kind of weaponization of the system to do this, I do believe that that this is just going to skyrocket him. He's willing to do this. I bet you're right. He probably has everything ready to go for jail. And I think that he's probably ready to do this. He's ready to rock and roll. He's going to do whatever it takes to get this country back.
What I wonder, do you think President Trump wants her to try to put him in jail?
I think he's really daring her. I think that he's testing the waters because Donald Trump is a risk taker. I mean, nothing ever got done without taking risks, as they say. And this man was the ultimate risk taker. Look at his life. And it's amazing. He took the gamble, and he made it work. He's a success a million times over. And he did it. He defied the odds in 2016. He got there, and he said, you know what? You guys are doubting me. Everyone on the talk shows, the pundits said they didn't have a chance. Even Ann Coulter came on the Bill Maher show, remember, the traitor that she is now. But she said, if all the people, remember that? And she was right about that, as much as a lunatic she is. Mm-hmm. I just believe that that's going to happen, and I think that he's been through so much already, and his resolve is stronger than ever. Yeah. And I do believe that. I think we all feel, this man, look how unshaken he is.
Well, Chutkan, Judge Chutkan, because she's a liberal woman and black, people don't question her too much. These liberal women like this, they walk through life, everyone tells them how great they are. She not only did she put a gag order on a president of the United States, she lectured his lawyers. I mean, she's not lucid.
She's she's a witch. I mean, there's something definitely behind this. I mean, I just can't believe it. Not to get off track for 1 second. When you were talking about the media earlier about this coverage with everything going on in the world right now with Israel, and it got me thinking. I don't know. I this movie that came out of mine, and it came out in '94, and it was well ahead of its time. And I want to suggest it to you and the viewers that there's a young Stephen Dorff and an upcoming Reese Witherspoon. It's called SFW, and it's a good story about how the media really shows. What the point of the story is that it shows basically really how the media acts. And this is before the internet.
I remember that movie. I hadn't seen it, but I heard of it. Yeah, I never saw it, but I heard of it.
Yeah, it's a good one, and I think it illustrates, especially during that time where we had limited resources in media about what is going on, and it made me think of that. What's been happening now, because we know how ravenous the media is when they. But you know what, though,
you look. There's the two stories like we're talking about, Israel and Trump. The media have lost control of the narrative because everyone loves Trump and everyone's supporting Israel in this country, and the media hate Israel and they hate Trump.
They really, you know what? I mean, I can already see the narrative starting to shift. I mean, look at Joe. We saw that 60-minute thing. That was ridiculous. I mean,
Joe Biden today is trying to put pressure on Israel to turn the power and the water back on in Gaza. Why don't we just give them cable too, and satellite?
Well, it's like you said. Exactly, and it's like what you said this morning, and I caught your show when you said about how there's no extreme wing of Hamas. Hamas is Hamas, and now you got Hezbollah waiting in the wings too. What are you going to do about that? Because they're more well armed than Hamas is.
That's right.
They're ready for it, and you know what? It's insane. I mean, we have to be ready for all that. What are you going to do when something happens there? What is he going to do?
I asked this question on the live stream this morning, and everyone agreed. If Biden could wave a magic wand and rid the world of Hamas or MAGA, which would he rid the world of?
I don't want to say. I hate to say it this way, but it's pitiful to think that because of how he labeled us. I don't want to say it, but he wants to go against the Americans. He wants to go against Americans.
Who's the biggest threat to Biden, Hamas or MAGA?
Of course, we know, right? He's afraid of us. He's afraid of us big time, and it's so sad and pathetic to see a president of all people, to be able to do this to us when you have Antifa, who caused more destruction, more damage, more deaths in the summer of 2020 alone. I mean, let's go over the whole scope here.
Well, because conservatives, see, the MAGA movement is the first conservative movement that, at least in any of our lifetimes, that has been an organized activist organization. And they liberals think that they're the only ones that are allowed to be activists.
We're the biggest movement there ever was. We're the biggest movement. Trump has got something here. Like you said, it's a civil rights movement. You told me that before, and you're right. And I think this is huge. And I think that listen. Do you see anybody out there wearing a Biden shirt? These 81 supposed million. Anybody wearing a hat?
Well, you know what? I think you know what? I did actually. I think I saw someone wearing a Biden-Harris hat. Mike Pence.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it.
Yeah. That bozo. He's a bozo deluxe. He doesn't have. You know what? His done. All it is money for him. That's all he's doing this for. And you know what? He's a fake Christian. He's a fake everything. Everything
Fake
you can think
Christian.
of. He's faking everything
And
he
I was
does.
talking about
He
this
does-
this thing about how he'll never be alone with a woman if his wife's not there. Something's up with that. That's not normal.
That's weird.
You know, that to me, if a guy cannot be alone with a woman, that means he stepped out on his wife and his wife is all in his grill over it. That's what that usually means.
Or he's got Bill Clinton tendencies. I mean,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Or something like that. I
Yes.
think there's something more to this guy. And it's unfortunate now Donald Trump's gotten so much wiser in the political game. Now he'll never pick anybody
Well,
like that again.
You know,
because
and
this
he's
is
doing
ridiculous.
and Trump is doing a campaign very different, you know, like these events
Mm-hmm.
that he's going at. He did these 2 speeches today in Iowa, and they're both they're tiny events. They're not big Trump rallies. He's trying to get
Mm-hmm.
more one-on-one with the primary voters. Well, I know these are caucus goers and all that, but you know what I mean. He's trying to
He's building.
Yeah, well, would he? And by the way, thank you, Right Side Broadcasting, for carrying all these speeches. They're very difficult to find, you know, and Right Side Broadcasting deserves a lot of thanks, because if it wasn't for them, how many of these would we have to watch on a little tiny screen, maybe on. But you know, what he is doing, by the time the Iowa caucus happens in January, he probably will have been in a room and with 90% or more of the caucus goers. He's doing these small venues so that they can get close to him, meet him, and things like this. He's running a whole different type of campaign, and he's also running a smarter campaign.
I think it's like almost like if you think about it in the concert frame, when you have those private shows that bands have, like compared to in the political form, he's doing the exact same thing where you get intimate with the audience. You want to make them close to you. You want to do this, no matter how big this could be. And so what he's doing is he's building his strategy is completely different. He's not just doing huge rallies, which he attracts unlimited numbers, but he's building up into it again. But what he's doing this time is he's getting, like you just said, he's getting closer to the base.'s getting, you know, the caucus. All this stuff builds up. And he's showing how we know how human
he's
he
running.
is.
He's running like he's running a statewide campaign, not a national campaign, where you know. And this doesn't happen too much anymore. But when I was a kid, I can remember being at like a fireworks display and people running for city council, coming around just to introduce people, so you would know their name when you went to vote and things like that. Sometimes you used to get knocks on the doors sometimes for people running for office. I get those here where I'm at. They know if it's a Republican house or a Democrat house, so they know which houses to knock on the door. You know, and that's what he's doing. And if have you ever been in Trump's presence?
I unfortunately haven't yet. I want to go to a New Hampshire rally because I'm close. That's the only closest place to me to go.
You know,
and
I've been as close to him as I am to this microphone on more than one occasion. And anytime,
I believe it.
And anytime you meet any celebrity that's a super celebrity and you're that close, it's magnetic. I mean, it's a weird thing, you know. And you meet President Trump, you know, his head's about this. He's, you know, he's got perfect teeth. His voice is deeper in person than it is on television. I don't know why that is, but I find his voice deeper in person. But you know, so these small venues, a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, he can't fill up the arenas anymore. That's why he's doing these small. No, he's running he's running a campaign like Bill Clinton ran in '92. And Jimmy Carter, you know, when he ran in '76, he would go and meet. He would go to these primary. I'm Jimmy Carter. I'm running for president. You know, and Bill Clinton would go and shake hands with people, as many as he could at all these little primary events. And that is what President Trump is doing. He is running a campaign like he's an unknown candidate and a first timer, and he's trying to meet everybody that's going to vote in the primary.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
You were close to him at the CPAC when you were there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Was I ever?
Too, right?
Was I ever? How do you think I got in there? You know,
the fire must have been man, that must have been incredible energy just to be there in that environment and to be that close too. Because I was following your video when you would, you know, everything. It's just electric. You can just feel it. You know.
How do you think I got so close to Tucker? Think that was an accident?
No,
I'm just not.
Amazing.
I guess I'm doing it now. I'm just not a bragger, but I do like to be around President Trump. Yeah. I don't like braggers. But sometimes I got to.
Say it, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you're a great caller. You add a lot. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Brian. Have a good
All right,
one.
take care. Now, by the way, this is the Mighty Mega Lion, which there's a link in the description of the video. to MightyMagaLion.com. You can go to MightyMagaLion.com and order yours. These make great Christmas gifts. And, this is available exclusively through me at MightyMagaLion.com. My wife and I partnered up with Dee, who is one of the moderators. She's in the chat right now. And we came up with the concept, had them made, manufactured, and, and they're limited edition. Great Christmas gift. And what we found, and this is a pretty cool thing, that all the other Trump merch like this, none of them has the MAGA hat on them. Yeah, just this one. It's got 45 on the side. And I know a lot of you have gotten your Mighty MAGA Lions because I'm mailing them every day out to you guys, and I'm hearing from a lot of you. And, of course, they're very well made, very high quality. Cute tail, you will love it. MightyMagaLion.com. So let's go. This is the first speech that President Trump gave in Iowa today.
Now in California with Gavin Newsom, what they're doing, they're giving everybody free education, free this, free that. Who the hell's not coming to the United States? Come to the United States and we'll give you free education, we'll give you health care, we'll give you everything. In the meantime, our veterans...
and this what pisses a lot of people off, okay? I tell you guys, I am uninsured. I don't have health insurance. And the reason I have I could get health insurance, but it's so expensive with the deductibles and everything. Before I got one, at my age, I'd have to pay thousands of dollars in deductibles, plus the large monthly premium before I got one penny of coverage. So I do something crazy when I go to the doctor. I pay for the visit. I pay for the test out of my pocket. We got Any Lab Test Now. Boca is a sponsor of ours. I go there for my lab test, And you see these border jumpers, they and their whole families get insurance. They just come over here, they get insurance. I have not had insurance since Obamacare came in. How long ago was that? 2010? I haven't had insurance in over a decade. Okay? I've not had health insurance in over 10 years. But these people walking across the border, they get it for free?
Meantime, our veterans are sitting on streets and not being taken care of, okay? They're sitting on streets. It's so sad to see it. It's so sad and so pathetic.
Yeah, and so liberal, because that's how liberals roll. They just don't care. They just don't care. That's the whole thing. I was talking on the stream this morning about that 60 Minutes interview. Biden didn't once talk about the American people. He's talking about the Ukrainian people. He's talking about Hamas. He's talking about people everywhere other than American people.
They've weaponized the Justice Department and the FBI. They've weaponized.
See, now this is something that would be a violation of the gag order. Did the gag order come through before he said this? Because he's criticizing the prosecutor. He's not allowed to do that under the gag order.
They've weaponized the Justice Department and the FBI. They've weaponized. Think of it, the Justice Department. This is like a banana republic. But we're going to be okay. The good news is I'm the only one that's ever been indicted where the numbers went through the roof.
That's
because
right.
The people understand it. No, it's true. He challenged the election. The election was crooked.
Yeah, exactly. The thing about this is what really is amazing when you think about how they go after these indictments in the gag order today. They know what they're doing is crooked, and they're not hiding it anymore. That's what's even more disturbing than the actual charges and everything against him. They don't even feel a need to hide what they are doing anymore. They're just doing these illegal things out in the open, and they feel like invincible. Now, we'll find out.
And now he's really off. He doesn't know how to get off a stage. No, he gets on the stage. You ever see him walk off? He can't find the exit. Look, you're on a stage, right? I've never seen the stage before. I don't like flies. Do we like flies? I don't like. But no, he's on a stage, and you got a stare and a stare. Usually, typically, you don't have a stare behind, but sometimes you do. But what you do is you look, and you see there's a stare, too. And the guy I see last night, he finishes the speech. Oh, yeah. And then, thank you. You saw this, right? Thank you. Thank you. He's pointing. He can't find his way. And this is the guy that's in charge of whether or not we're in a nuclear war that's going to obliterate the world. And it's just so bad. I'll tell you what, we got to win this election. If we don't win the election, our country, we're not going to have a country.
Isn't that the truth, huh? Oh my goodness, guys. This is that was just a great couple of speeches today. But I want to go back. Now this is I was talking on Friday about the Starbucks Workers Union came out, condemned Israel, and voiced support for Hamas. And this is how things have changed so much in this country. And it's all because of Trump. Look at this. Starbucks has threatened the barista union. By the way, the guys that work at Starbucks, are they baristas or baristos? Starbucks threatens barista union with legal action over their pro-Hamas tweets. Starbucks has threatened a union representing thousands of its employees with legal action after it espoused support for Hamas terrorists on social media, according to the Washington Free Beacon. Last week, the Free Beacon reported that Starbucks Workers United expressed solidarity with Palestine. Now, maybe my maps are out of date, but where's Palestine on the map? Anyone know? In a deleted social media post, the union's chapters in Iowa, Chicago, and Boston promoted rallies in support of Hamas attacks on Israel, including a long-lived Palestine resistance rally in Boston. The union's backing, the Starbucks union, workers union, backing of a terrorist attack that killed more than 1,200 Israelis. But Starbucks says it rejects the union's support for Hamas and is now demanding Starbucks Workers United immediately cease and desist from using the company's name and logo. Starbucks said the union's statement advocated for violence and caused irreparable harm, I can't say that at this time of the evening, to the company. Starbucks does not support your organization's position, they wrote them. So, that is astounding because, they're a liberal company. And things have changed in this country, friends. Things have changed. I keep telling you guys that what is going on here in this country is unlike anything we've seen before when Israel has been up against it. Because Israel never has the support of the American left. Never. And they have the support of the American left now. Pretty hardcore when you see what's going on here with Starbucks. That's huge. And that is because the MAGA movement is strong. They know that they don't want to end up like Bud Light. And that could happen to them overnight. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Dave in Virginia.
Hey, Dave, what's up?
Since they broke Trump's First Amendment rights, so shouldn't the Supreme Court get involved right away?
Well, at this point, maybe we can finally take something to the Supreme Court.
Well, I hope so, man.
But she has, before they go to the Supreme Court, they have to have some action. So he's got to violate the gag order, and the judge has to take action. Then they can take that to the Supreme Court.
Okay. Well, I hope he just keeps talking the way he is then.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it up and make it go. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, good to hear from you.
Mm-hmm, you too.
All right, great. Now this, I talked about this morning, but I wanted to go over this again because I wanted you to see it. Pro-Palestinian University of Massachusetts students harass a reporter covering hostile protest. And these are the Palestinian girls who confronted this Fox News reporter. I've never heard of something like this happening in America, but things are happening in America now. Hold on, I got a text message here. Hold on, let me check my text message. Okay. Just got to my daughter just called. I'll call you back after the stream, okay? All right, let's get to this. Pro-Palestinian college activist harassed a journalist covering the protest and, allegedly, it says here, demanded to know her ethnicity as tensions on U.S. campuses continue to escalate in the wake of the Middle East conflict. Now, when they wanted to know her ethnicity, what they wanted to know is, are you a Jew? That's what they were really saying. Are you a Jew? These Palestinian girls. Casey Dillon, a video journalist with Fox News, said, oh, hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jay from Jersey.
Oh, hey, Jay.
I'm just hoping that he does really mess with the gag order.
Oh, really?
Because if he does, I would love to see him locked up. It
Really?
would make my day. Yeah.
Why?
Big time.
Why would it make your day to see an innocent man in jail?
Because he's not innocent and he's a jerk.
Because he's a jerk. You're a jerk. Should you be in jail? Is that a crime? If being a jerk was a jail, you'd been locked up long ago.
And you'd be locked up right next to me. Because you're a jerk too.
But being a jerk isn't a crime.
Well, I feel it is.
Well, then why aren't you and I in jail then?
Why aren't you in jail?
Because being a jerk isn't a crime.
Did you know they were talking about you on Channel 4 News today?
No. Who's Channel 4 News?
From New York?
No.
From New York? I don't know if you want to know about it. I'm going to leave that alone.
What's
I'm
Channel
let you
4
find
News?
That news on your own.
What's Channel 4 News?
News in New York.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it alone. You need to investigate that one yourself.
Investigate it?
Yeah, now you look
Why
into
don't you just tell me?
Look into that one.
Why don't you just tell me?
I'll leave that one to you.
You mean like a real TV news?
Real TV news.
What, they said my name?
They brung up your station.
My station?
Yeah.
What station is that? Which one?
The one I listen to you every day on, where you're acting a fool and.
Oh, you mean here on YouTube?
Nut.
They mentioned my YouTube channel?
No, not your YouTube. Steve and you don't know what channel you on in the morning with your radio station?
We're on multiple channels.
Okay, whatever. Don't be an ass.
Well, we're on a bunch of channels.
I forgot.
All right, take care. Oh, my goodness. Please. Channel 4 in New York. If Channel 4 New York was talking about me, I would have heard something about it by now. Certainly Steve was, and I was just talking to him. He didn't mention it either. Okay, but let me get back to this. Let me start over because it's just a couple sentences. Pro-Palestinian college activist harassed a journalist covering their protest and allegedly demanded to know her ethnicity. As I said, they're asking, are you a Jew, is what they want to know. That's really scary. As tensions on U.S. campuses continue to escalate in the wake of the Middle East conflict. Casey Dillon, a video journalist with Fox News, said she was targeted after leaving an anti-Israel protest at the University of Massachusetts Amherst campus. As I was leaving, two guys kept asking me my ethnicity, she tweeted on Thursday. When I got into my car, I was approached by a group of protesters demanding to know my address and my phone number. The aggressive exchange comes as pro-Palestinian groups across America sparked outrage at their support for Hamas's brutal attack that killed 1,300 Israelis, with tempers flaring from the other side as Israel launches retaliatory strikes. So these are these girls confronted her in the parking lot. Dillon shared footage of a hostile confrontation where she was repeatedly asked to identify herself for legal reasons. So I guess, is this the protest she was covering? Yes, okay. Pro-Palestinian students march on campus of the University of Massachusetts. Okay, so this is the protest she was covering. And then she had some video when they came up to her in the parking garage, which is really scary. Watch this.
Not have my number. Okay, this is a public campus. How can I contact you for
Oh, hold on.
There's no legal reasons to do it.
Let me rewind it. It froze.
This is a public campus.
How can I contact you for
It keeps freezing.
There's no legal reasons to do it. I gave you my name. You can go look at me on my website.
I don't know your name. What's your name?
I give it to your friend over there.
Say it again.
My name is Cassie Dillon.
See, now this is the mistake. She should not have given her name to these people, okay? Let them figure it out. She's done nothing wrong. Let them figure it out. She shouldn't have given them anything. But this is pretty intimidating. I mean, look at these mean girls. I mean, I don't have it on. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Okay, let me start it over because I forgot to put the picture on for you guys. These are scary girls. I'd be a little nervous with these girls coming up to me in a garage, wouldn't you?
Not have my number.
Okay,
this is a
so
public campus.
How can I contact you for legal reasons?
There's no legal reasons to do it. I gave you my name. You can go look at me on my
I don't
website.
know your name. What's your name?
I give it to your friend over there.
Say it again.
My name is Cassie Dillon.
Cassidy Dillon?
Cassie Dillon.
Okay.
You can look me up and contact me that way.
I'll have my lawyers contact you that way.
All right.
Okay.
See you later.
Have a terrible night.
And then look how they just walk away like Antifa or something. My goodness, that is scary. I mean, that is one of the scariest things. I can look. They're in a parking garage, and they're coming up asking her name. Don't ever give any information. You know, I've had this happen before. Give people nothing. It's none of their business. But you know, it's scary. You know, and I'm sure she was nervous. I mean, she. I don't think she let it be known that she was nervous. But that is frightening. That's her down there. Dillon shared footage of the aftermath of the confrontation where the college activists are seen demanding to have her number. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. This is Nick from Baltimore.
Hey, Nick. What's up?
Hey, that is a great broadcast, by the way.
Thank you.
That is a scary situation. I don't know why those little commies weren't arrested. You know, they get to do whatever they want. They get regular people get harassed, whether you're black or white.
Well,
if you're conservative,
you know, in
you're under the
America, and I know this. I mean, am I wrong, or were they really asking not what your ethnicity is? They're asking, are you a Jew? Is what they were asking.
Right.
I mean, what
Right.
is this? 1933 Munich? I mean,
well,
come on.
it's all perpetuated by. It's being perpetuated by the media. It's perpetuated by MSNBC, CNN. You know, but yet they take OAN off of. You know, we have Verizon. We just have the internet. We drop the TV. You know, they were one of the first cable systems to pick up OAN, but they also dropped OAN.
Yeah.
But we just have the internet. Our bill's a lot cheaper, and we get more stuff now than we did when we had the Fios TV. But that's beside the point. The other thing I wanted to mention, though, did you hear the first speech that President Trump, the real president?
One of the clips I played was from the first, with the hay behind him. That was the first speech.
Right. Well, I like how he called out Maxine Waters.
Oh, I missed that.
He called out Maxine Waters, and he said she's calling for people to be killed.
Is she again? Oh, is she doing that again? Inciting violence?
Well, she's done it in the past. She's called for violence.
Oh, she has many times.
He actually said that.
Yeah, she has many times. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I was in the car during the first speech, so I didn't catch all of it.
Right. But it's just, you know, the left does whatever they want. They say whatever they want. I'm very irritated, as you can tell.
Well, you know what it is. I was telling a caller earlier in the stream here. Conservatives have never been activists before Trump. Really, there's been moments when there's been something, but I'm talking about an organized activist organization. MAGA is an organized activist organization that's very effective. And the not just the liberals, but the establishment. This is why these rhinos are having such a tough time over the speakership with Jordan. They've never dealt with a well-organized conservative activist citizenry, and they don't know how to react to it other than to say that we're terrorists or something. I don't know, and that's what has them flipped out. But I got to tell you this story I was just talking about. When I see Jews. Or suspected Jews, because I don't know if she's Jewish or not, but she's a suspect. They suspect her of being a Jew. Can you imagine? I mean, this is, Rabbi David called me last Monday, the Monday after these god-awful attacks in Israel, and he says, this is a new Holocaust. And I said, I don't know, we didn't know everything then, but here we are, just over a week after the beginning of this, and this is The Holocaust, except this time it's not in black and white; it's in high definition, and we're seeing it all the time. That
Right.
little scene in that parking garage, that I never thought I'd see something like that in America. And these mean girl witches, they feel so justified in trying to determine whether or not someone's a Jew.
Well, the thing is, it was very threatening and very menacing, and this is very, like you said, very scary.
Maybe we
Another
should make
thing
it easier for these Palestinian supporters. Maybe Jews should wear maybe a star on their shirts so they don't have to ask. Right? I mean, my goodness.
Well, maybe the thing is, you got Rashida Tlaib, which is she's the worst human being in the world, one of the worst human beings in the world.
Oh,
she
yeah.
should be thrown out of the Congress. I mean, she was arrested, or no, she wasn't arrested, but she was thrown out of a Trump rally in 2015.
That's right.
For causing trouble.
And if you watch that video, Tlaib was, completely unhinged when she got thrown out of that Trump rally.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. And another thing you brought up before I go, something important. You say a lot of things that really bring out a lot of important points. One of the things you mentioned was the media again. And remember, we've always said by their actions they show their guilt, and the true colors come out.
Yes.
The media now is in trouble because of their anti-Semitism, and you see how the media is being forced to turn now against these policies.
Believe me, they do not like this. And I had this story. I talked about it on our podcast. By the way, my podcast that I co-host with my wife, the Brian Craig Show podcast, I upload it on my YouTube channel here. But my podcast is also on all podcast platforms, so you can listen in the car wherever you're at. And they go back many years. In fact, today's episode was the 1,517th. Wait a second. No, today's episode was the 1,516th episode of the Brian Craig Show podcast. I just uploaded, but I lost my train of thought. What did you say to me about before I
You were talking about the media.
I'm getting
the
like
media
Biden. Oh, the
and their
media. Okay, yeah.
anti-Semitism.
I'm getting like Biden. I'm losing my train of thought. This is like Biden in 60 minutes. You gotta finish the. Give me the answers, Nick.
Well, there's so many things going on.
What I talked about on the podcast, though, that I thought was I'd never heard of such a thing, and it's gotten very little publicity, is MSNBC took all their Muslim hosts off of the air. They had three Muslims. Two of them had their own show. One was going to fill in for Joy Reid for a while. That Velshi guy is one of them. They took all their. They still have them on as pundits, but they took them off of the hosting duties of their own shows. Their Muslim host, all three of them. And they did that last week, and it's not even being talked about anywhere. It's an interesting thing. I mean, where's CARE? Where's where's all these ACLU? None of them are speaking out about that. Is that something?
Mm-hmm. It's true. I mean, but again, you hit the nail on the head when you brought it up. You're probably the only person that really on the radio pointed this out.
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard anybody talk about it.
No.
Hey, Nick, it's good to hear from you.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, by the way, this is the Mighty MAGA Lion. Order yours, available exclusively through me. Limited, perfect for Christmas. Got 45 on the side. Available at mightymagalion.com. There's a link in the description of this video, mightymagalion.com, and makes a great Christmas gift for the kids. Our cat Luna, she likes the Mighty MAGA Lion. She was hugging him on the floor and playing with him the other night, too. So, a little cute little pet toy. Or you could just keep it on your desk, MightyMagaLion.com. And these are limited edition, all right? So order yours. And when you order your Mighty MAGA Lion, you're supporting all of my content, too. They're available exclusively through me at MightyMagaLion.com. Order yours, all right? So just to finish up with this, so MSNBC, this is really amazing that they did it and there's no talk about it. They took their Muslim host off the air. Now, MSNBC, NBC News as well, this has nothing to do with them being Muslim. Oh, really? Are you kidding me? It has everything to do with them being Muslim because they were on there with this pro-Palestinian position. And, Nick knows, he's been following this for a long time, and I know most of you know too, because I keep telling everybody every day, the media always are against Israel. This is the first time that they have been pro-Israel. Now, they're not really pro-Israel. They're faking it, but they're still doing it. So what has changed? Why have the media made this change to lie to the viewers, to make their viewers think they're pro-Israel all of a sudden? Why do you think that is? I think it's Trump. That's what I think. I think it's Trump. And to be, what those terrorists did last weekend is not even, I mean, I know we're calling them barbarians. It is barbarian-like, but it's even more savage than that. What they did is beyond barbarian. It's like before there were tribes and people were just running wild. They didn't even have language before. That was animalistic behavior, what they did. And I don't think the world has ever seen the rape and pillaging by a barbarian horde before. I mean, we've read about it. We've seen movies about it. We, been taught history about it. But to see it, no one's seen that before. And I've been saying this since last week. The Palestinian movement as an activist movement is done. It's done. And you know what? It should be. It will never, never recover. And shame on Joe Biden. Joe Biden, he's putting pressure on Israel to turn back on the utilities, water, electricity, etc. in Gaza. Why? Hamas can't get their, they can't recharge their phones now because they shut off all the electricity? What is that insane? And it's another example of Biden thinking that there's some people in Hamas that are good people. There's no one good in Hamas, okay? It's a 100% terrorist organization. And he can't even get himself to say that. Why? Because he's a sick, twisted man. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. I'm the most pro-Donald Trump, pro-MAGA guy you're going to find not just on YouTube, but anywhere. There's no one more pro-Trump than me whose name is not Trump, okay? And I probably love the guy more than even some of those people because, Mary Trump, she's not... her name's Trump and she doesn't like Trump too much. But if you're new to my channel, you'll love it here. And everyone who's already subscribed, please like the video because that helps grow the channel too. When you like the video... that helps spread the word about this channel in so many ways. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joan from Tampa.
Hey, what's up, Tampa?
Well, Israel, before they bomb anything, they put leaflets out for 3 days, or pamphlets, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's like, get the heck out.
Exactly.
Then they fire one shot that doesn't blow anything up to let you know your building's going down.
Exactly.
Okay? And then they bring the building down. I just watched Ted Cruz on Verdict. He's on the right track as well.
Absolutely.
As we are.
Absolutely.
As we are. And I also called my congresswoman.
By the way, did Hamas drop leaflets that they were going to come to the music festival and rape and kill all the women there that they could grab? Did they drop leaflets telling people about that first? I don't think so.
Certainly not. Certainly not. You know that as well.
Yeah.
Terrible, horrible
Animals.
people.
Animals.
And again, all these LGBTQ people are like defending them, and it's like they stone those people. They throw them off of buildings.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
Well, they're stupid. They're stupid. They're brainwashed. They're brainwashed. They go to these liberal universities and they're taught just stupidity. They're taught falsehoods.
Yeah, you try to go to one of those countries there and have a homosexual relationship. Ain't gonna happen.
I wouldn't go to a Muslim country. Ever.
Neither would I.
Never. Mm-mm. Under any circumstances.
And you know what?
Not even Dubai. I wouldn't go to Dubai.
You know what? That palatial mosque in Jerusalem, They should just put it down to the ground.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't want to. But I'll tell you this. That you're already seeing, though, the United States is starting to turn against Israel, and it's happening quick. It's happening real quick, and that's not good.
Well, I'm Catholic, but I grew up in a neighborhood that was mixed with a lot of Jewish people in Brooklyn, New York.
Well, yeah, right? New York, yeah.
I had friends that went to yeshiva and stuff, and I'm for the Jewish people. Christ was a Jew.
That's right. And Christianity is Judaism. I know that sounds a little crazy to people, but Christianity is Judaism.
Our Old Testament is their Bible.
Yeah, and the original Christians, the originals, when the apostles were still around, okay, the original apostles, to become a Christian, you had to convert to Judaism. To become a Christian. That's the way it used to be. And I know people think I'm stupid and uninformed when I say that, but Christianity is Judaism. We're really Jews.
We are.
It's complete. It's completed. It's completed Judaism. Completed Judaism.
Right, because that was the Messiah.
Correct. So but even if we were atheists, which we're not, we can see the barbarity that took place against innocent people. And you and I are Catholic. You can be any religion or even an atheist and still understand that barbarism that has taken place. Look, I played this audio from a kid the other day that they came in and killed his parents, and he hid under his mother's dead body.
Yes, I know, and that actually happened. And the thing is, mainstream media will not recognize this, and they will not recognize that Israel sends leaflets and turns off electricity, saying, you know what, you better get out, turns off. Oh, and Hamas has been taking the water pipes and turning them into bombs.
That's right. Yeah. No, listen, what's going on over there, this is going to be
Why don't they have water?
Well, they have water in Saudi Arabia and Jordan. They go to Jordan and Syria. They can give them water.
I know, but they're saying Israel is so bad in turning off the water.
Oh, yeah, turning off the water. Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, actually, Hamas took those pipes and turned them into bombs.
Well, how about this? How about Hamas turn over all the hostages?
And you know what?
And then they wouldn't have any of these problems.
Ted Cruz said it. Ted Cruz said it on Verdict today. They're taking the water pipes. That's why they don't have water. And he said they were right in shutting off the electricity because Israel wants to get the civilians out.
That's right. And and a lot of people, you may not have been without electricity too much. I have every once in a while. We've had a few hurricanes where we didn't have electricity. Being without electricity is not fun. It gets unfun right quick. It's you don't realize how much you depend on it until you don't have it. And that's a good way to get them. Hey, listen, I appreciate the call.
All right. You have a good night.
Take care. Great calls, by the way, on the stream today. Thanks, everyone, so much. Well, listen, I'm going to take off because I got to get up early in the morning to be live streaming tomorrow morning and be on the radio. But again, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And before you guys leave, please like the video. That helps spread the word about my channel a lot. And get your Mighty MAGA Lion. There's a link in the description. The website, MightyMAGALion.com. MightyMAGALion.com. Order yours. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.